Tell us about basking in the glory of a regular season championship in a really weird way.
Well, I think it was certainly one that anyone who was there will remember the rest of their lives. That was an interesting evening, to say the least, but just really proud of our players for what they've been able to accomplish here in the regular season. Number one, Saturday night, to be down 14, really struggle there in the first half and come out and respond the way that our guys did, and to find a way to win in such convincing fashion. Thought was really impressive with them, with our guys. And then overall, just talked a lot with our players. I mean, you look at the top half of our league's been so good this year. And we played 4 of the top 5 teams in our league on their home court back to back to back to back there in middle of January. And I think it speaks to how good the league is. We had to go 11-0 after that stretch to win the outright championship. So really thrilled with the way our players have responded all year long.
This 11-game stretch, you guys have won games in so many different ways. Saturday and Sunday was a different way. What is your biggest takeaway in this 11-game winning stretch, one of the longest in the country?
I think just the togetherness of our team, the way they've played for each other. I think the common thread's been their defensive effort. I think it's been really good, very consistent. Individually, you could talk about the performance of Jonathan Stark over this stretch has been unbelievable. Terrell Miller, Ja Morant, I can go down the line. But I think just overall the commitment to team, the commitment at the defensive end of the floor.
Without using the word consistency, what is the most important priority for you guys this week, just in the next 4 or 5 days before you get to that first game?
Well, I think number one, our turnover rate's been a little high at times over the last month or so. I think we need to get that back down to 10, 11 a game. We've had too many 14 to 16 turnover type games, and in tournament basketball, that's tough to overcome. But no, I just want us to keep getting better. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, this is a big week for us. We've got 4 days to practice, to fine-tune some things from an execution standpoint offensively, to continue to get better at rebounding the ball, get better defensively, and then prepare for whatever we might see from other teams this weekend.
When will you all go up to Evansville?
We'll leave Thursday. We'll practice here Thursday morning and then head up to Evansville that afternoon and go watch some of the games Thursday night and then have our shoot-around Friday and be ready to roll Friday night.
What's the challenge of preparing for an opponent you don't know about until after the result? I mean, you might have an idea, but you really don't know who you're going to play until sometime 8:30, 9 o'clock on Thursday night.
Well, it is challenging, Neil, because you can't have the exact same practice format as you've had all these last 9 weeks. So we have to start preparing for a little bit of each team we could see. The one good thing on our side of the bracket, they're all teams that we've played twice and we've played recently. You look at the other side, you have Tennessee State and Belmont, who we haven't seen since week 4. So, if we're fortunate to get there on Saturday, we've got to do some work there in preparation for those 2 teams who we haven't seen in so long.
You guys didn't get to Saturday last year, but you played in 3 games. Does that experience, especially for obviously Stark and Miller, and you had a lot of guys playing that game, but is it helpful this week? Does tournament experience matter at all, or is it just its own separate entity, do you think, this year?
I think it's its own separate entity, but what I do think will really help our guys is this past Saturday was the start of our tournament. And that was a tournament-style game, tournament-style atmosphere, tournament-style implications on the line. So I think that experience from Saturday will really benefit our players as we look toward this weekend, more so than what might have happened a year or 2 ago.
Was the last 14 minutes of that game Saturday the best you've seen your team played in this regular season?
Well, I think it ranks right up there. To come out, we talked at halftime about just chipping away one possession at a time. There's no such thing as a 14-point shot or a 14-point shot, what have you, but I was surprised, that we played so well, and to come to that first media timeout only down 3, and then to grab the lead so quickly. But it all started at the defensive end of the floor, and I think a lot of credit goes to our leadership of our team. They came in, and halftime everything was very poised and composed, and just talked about what we had to do to get some things corrected and fixed, and our guys came out and really delivered. And the 38-14 run was obviously a lot of fun to watch, but it was just incredible defensive effort that led to a lot of transition basketball.
Fouls seemed to be a big issue in that first half for both teams, honestly, but you were able to really go a little bit further in your bench. Jalen played quite a few minutes there in that first half as well. Was that encouraging for you to see that your team could not only bounce back from the 14-point deficit but also play through foul trouble?
Well, I've been pleased with our bench play all year long. I thought that was one of the things we talked about at halftime. We just had to focus in on the things we could control. I think we got a little caught up in there being a foul called every trip down the floor on our front court. They banked in 2 25-foot threes. One of them almost hit the top of the backboard and went in. We missed some layups, and we let those missed layups lead to poor transition defense because we were worried about the wrong things. And so that was what I took away from it. We got our focus back where it needed to be on the things we could control, and really came out that second half and set the tone right away.
You've been so good about making the priority. We're just worried about today. We're worried about tomorrow. But and even in the championship run, now that you've got that part, obviously the biggest of all prizes is waiting on Saturday night. Is there any concern on your part, maybe feeling the temperature in the room with your guys, that out there looking past Friday, but they're paying some attention to Saturday and potentially what could get there?
Oh, I've no doubt they'll be locked in for Friday. They understand. If you don't play well Friday, there is no Saturday. So we'll get right back to practice today. I talked to him today. It's time to get out of your mentions and all the praise and congratulatory messages that they've gotten, and obviously we really appreciate that. But by the time we start practice today, it's time to get ready for Friday night. There's one team on the side of our bracket, Jacksonville State, who whipped us in one of the games. So we know they're very good. Tennessee Tech forced us into 38 turnovers in 2 games on our side of the bracket. So there's no reason to even be thinking about Saturday. We need to have 4 good days of preparation. We need to get better, and we need to prepare for some really good teams that we could play on Friday night.
I know you've addressed it previously, but talk about the tournament being in Evansville and maybe just your thoughts on it.
Well, I'm really excited for our conference. This is a big step forward for us, for the student-athlete experience, for the fan experience, to get to play in an elite-level arena and facility with the video boards, the stat boards, the great seating, all that. It's going to be great for the student-athletes, for the fans. So really excited about it. Really thrilled that it's still a great distance from Murray State, because I know we'll have tremendous support up there, and just really look forward to a great basketball atmosphere. And I think that's what your conference tournament should be all about.
Tell me what it's like for something you worked so hard for. I know you guys wanted to do it last year, but this year you accomplished it. Just tell me your thoughts on winning that championship, starting with you, Jonathan.
It's an amazing feeling, winning the championship. We celebrated. Well, I know I celebrated that day and that night, a little bit of Sunday, and it's over with now. The main focus is trying to win Friday.
Yes, it feels great winning the regular season. Like Jonathan said, we trying to look forward to who we playing on Friday and getting better this week. We got past it on Sunday, and now it's time to look at the film and get better.
I want to address one other thing with you two, and that's that dagger 3 that you hit off the assist from Terrell. You had a good shot. He had a better shot. You got it to him. I don't think the ball was through the basket. You're pointing at Terrell like, way to go. Tell me about that moment, because that, to me, sums up the season and how together you two guys are.
Yeah, it was a great pass. He could have easily taken the shot. He had a good shot, but he passed it up for a better shot. And right when I hit it, I pointed straight at him because I wouldn't have got the opportunity if it wasn't for him being unselfish. So that's why I was pointing at him.
Tell me about that.
Once I guess when I pump faked and I dribbled a little bit, I seen him get open. I threw him the ball. As you can see, I threw my hands up as soon as I passed it to him. So I was like, that's a shot he can easily make if he get it a little bit of space.
Okay.
11 wins in a row is what it took for this team to come away with a regional champion, or excuse me, I'm thinking high school, a OVC regular season championship. What is it that's just gone on over these last 3 to 4 weeks, just in y'all's mind? Maybe a few words about that.
Just the hard work that we put in, it's paying off, and we just gotta continue to get better, focus on the next day, and we have a week to prepare for Friday, and we gotta take advantage of these days that we have off, and get better so we can be prepared to win Friday.
Yeah, we put in a lot of hard work in after these 4 weeks, and when the streak really started after we took a loss, we just came together and everybody had their mind made up of we was going to do whatever it takes to try to get wins, even if it started on defense or finishing games, or if guys had to come off the bench and play. And I feel like everybody bought in, and that's where you can see the streak started.
Clearly, at the beginning of the season, you wanted to win a regular season championship and make it to the NCAA tournament. Both. But if you had to pick, which is bigger?
Of course, the NCAA tournament. I feel like playing there is the main goal that this team want to accomplish.
Jonathan, you guys have been so good, and Coach has been just banged on it all year about just worried about today, not worried about tomorrow. But with that in mind, is there any, now that you've got the first big goal out of the way, and the next one is waiting for you Saturday night, are you looking at all? Is the distraction of the NCAA tournament there any sort of, I guess, in your guys' wheelhouse at all, or is it just all about Friday?
I don't think it's a distraction at all because we won't be playing Saturday if we don't win Friday. So we won't have a chance of even making it to the NCAA tournament if we don't win Friday. So our main goal is to get better today, tomorrow, and the next few days, and prepare for Friday so we can have a chance to play to go to the NCAA tournament.
Tell me about the bizarreness of Saturday night, the long delay. Have you ever had a situation where your staff broke down the film from the game you're playing in and went over it with you before you came back out to play the final 5 minutes?
Nah, that was a crazy game. I've never experienced it ever, and I really haven't even heard of it ever in college basketball. And it was a crazy experience, but we stayed locked in. The coaches did a great job of getting us prepared for the little 5-minute stretch that we had to finish the game with, and we listened to them and we came out with the win.
Darrell, are you guys ever concerned about the safety out there with perhaps water on the floor or anything like that, or not think about it?
No, I didn't think about it once the ref said they had got the floor clear and it wasn't slippery. I asked him who was warming up. I asked him about the spot. He said, nah, you guys should be good. It's only 5 minutes and we got it done.
Guys, from an OVC tournament standpoint, you guys are playing in a new venue, but you have that experience from last season. How much of that can you guys relay to the rest of this team? There's other guys on this team that have played as well. But there's a lot of new pieces and a lot of new faces that have never been to the OVC tournament. What can you guys tell them?
It's going to be a tough game no matter who we're playing. Everybody's going to play their best, going to be their best, and we just got to be prepared. We got to play defense. We know it starts on the defensive end, so sometimes we may not be hitting shots early or late, but we know we have to lock down. So that's what's going to win that game.
Yeah, I feel like we just need to play defense. Our defense needs to be there at all times, and if we together as a unit, I feel like all the guys should be ready and prepared for the tournament. I told them about the last year how every team plays hard. Like no matter what's going on, everybody's going to play hard, and they will need everybody to bring it on every night and one game at a time.
Stark, you had one of the greatest 2-game stretches in an OVC tournament history last year. Do you feel like you're going to have to summon kind of that type of play style again where you were able to put up 70, 75 points in 2 games, or do you feel like it'll be just different?
Nah, I haven't thought much about last year. Just more focused on doing whatever I have to do to win the game. Not really concerned about individual stats or points or anything like that. So if I have to score 2 points and we win, that's fine with me. Anything that I have to do to try to get the win.
Start.
No, you done?
I was going to ask just real quick, can
Go
you
ahead.
comment on being the 2-year all-time scoring leader now for the university? You needed 19 points on Saturday and you got 31, so you're now all-time. What does that mean for you?
It's a blessing, but I couldn't do it without my players and the coaching staff. They gave me the confidence to score the ball, and I just thank them. I can't thank them enough.